welcome back to the channel. So today we are doing a requested video. This video was requested by one of you guys, and it's pretty much how to contour and highlight for beginners. So if you guys want to see the tips and tricks that I have, then just keep watching. And as always, if you guys have any video requests, be sure to leave them in a comment below. Now let's get into the video.
Let's begin now.
I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. It's actually a contour concealer, but I just use it to pretty much highlight. I already have my foundation on and I did color correct, so if you guys want to see a video on how I do that, just go ahead and let me know. And it's a huge applicator, so you only need a little bit of product with this because it gives you a lot out, as you guys can see. And as you guys can see, I am bringing it down, but I'm not bringing it all the way down to my lip. I'm just bringing it down probably to about a little bit above the edge of my nose. And I'm also taking it out farther just to kind of scope out my eyes as well. I'm also going to take it down the bridge of my nose. This is just going to add a little bit of highlight there, as well as the middle of my forehead. I tend to put a lot of concealer on my forehead, so I'm trying to not put as much. And then also my cupid's bow and my chin. So those are just areas that I like to highlight. I don't highlight all of these areas every day. It's like a simple everyday look. I'll just highlight under my eyes and that's it. And some days I don't even highlight under my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. I'm just using a Real Technique. This is a blending sponge. This is the same sponge that I use for my foundation, and I like to use the same one that I use for my foundation because once I finish blending it in, I like to go back over it with the same, like the part that I blended my foundation in, just to make it more skin light. Now the point of the highlight is to pretty much just highlight areas, add light back into your face, because I can't really show you guys now because I have my foundation on, but if you look at your face without makeup on, the areas that are like naturally lighter, like here in the middle of your face, a little bit on your forehead, chin, cupid's bow, areas like that, you really just want to add the light back in, so it's pretty much highlighting. Like I said, I like to go in and add it, especially around the edges. I personally don't like my concealer to be too light. It's just not something that I like. But if you are someone that does like to have that really light highlighted look, then you probably would want to skip this step. But I personally don't like for mine to be highlighted, so I just take the part that I blended my foundation in and just go around the edges of it and even a little bit over it. I don't necessarily go over it that much. And as you can see, my face pretty much is getting like its natural look back to it. Now when you want to do contour, I like to go in with cream contour. I like to do powder contour. It really just all depends on what you're going for and the look that you're going for. I tend to do both. Pretty much if you just want to do powder, you can just skip this step and just move on to the powder contour. So let's go ahead and cream contour. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, and it's in the shade medium. And I like to use these two here, like a pointed foundation brush, and it's really easy to get into those areas. So it's two different ways that you can contour your face. You can actually bring the contour down towards your lip, and that's going to give you more of a sucked in, snatched look, like your face is just gonna look snatched. Or you can actually go in and bring it up and just kind of follow the out. Well, I like to follow the outline because my cheekbones are naturally high, so that's when I want to go for more of a sculpted look. You want to just kind of follow the outline and just kind of give you more of a sculpted look. It's really just your preference, how you like for your makeup to look, what you're going for that day. But it's two different ways that you can do it. Just gonna follow the outline of my cheekbones and follow the natural contour of my face, which you guys pretty much can always tell that I already have a natural contour to my face. Keep telling you guys the point of everything, because this is more so of a tutorial, so I want you guys to actually understand why you're doing what you're doing. But you want to add these shadows back to your face. You want to sculpt out your face. So if you again look at your face, you want to add the darker areas back to the darker areas of your face, as well as add a more sculpted look. So you want to take a little bit on your forehead. Now if you have a bigger forehead, this is going to be key for you because it's going to make your forehead look smaller. Pretty much the whole point of contouring is to just give you the illusion of it being smaller, pretty much, or higher. You just kind of giving its illusions, you know, adding shadows back. For your chin, you just want to add a little bit to your chin area. If you have a double chin like me and you don't want it to be as noticeable, this is going to be key as well. I like to focus more so towards the front of my chin versus the back, because the front is pretty much where the double chin is. So I like to take a smaller, more detailed angled like brush, and I like to go in with a more bronzier color because, like I said, I don't pretty much like for my contour to be extra. So I'm gonna go in with this lighter bronzer one here and just take it down the sides of my nose, and also bring it up to the brows. And then I like to just connect mine in the middle. Not so much of a rounded one, but just kind of bring it down. I'm just going to take a blending brush or a sculpting brush or whatever, just blend it all in. So I'm just going to take this brush from Real Technique and just go ahead and blend everything in. And again, I said this in a contouring video before, but you want to kind of blend up, because if you blend down, it's going to take away the whole point of what you were doing. So you want to blend up. I like to take my brush and blend out my nose, but I also like to take my finger and just kind of finish it up, because I feel like your fingers are just like the best tool sometimes, and with my nose I just feel like it's the best one, you know. Alright, so now that my face is pretty much sculpted and how I like it, I did cream on everything, so I want to set even under the eyes and everything. So under my eyes, I'm going to go in with the SACHA Buttercup powder, and this is pretty much one of my favorite setting powders. A yellow toned powder, is not too yellow. Pretty much stick my sponge in it and then apply it under my eyes like such. And I just take whatever's left on the brush, I'm not going to go back in or anything, and just add it to my nose and my forehead, Cupid's bow, and chin. I also like to take a little bit of the powder, just a tad bit, and just kind of clean this up, and it just gives you that more sculpted look that you are going for. So I do like to take the tip of it and just kind of bring it down the sides of the nose, just to kind of make my nose just look a little bit more narrow like such. And it also helps to set your nose if you have an extremely oily nose like me. Now there's so many different contouring kits, so many different bronzers that you can use. My preference is just love this bronzer in general. It's the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer. You guys have seen me use this bronzer 100 times because I love it that much. The Sigma F40 brush, and I'm just going to apply this to everywhere that I put the contouring shades. So, and again, blend up. That same brush that I used for my bronzer, and just go over, for my nose, and just go over the areas with the powder. and dust that powder out so it can, you know, look a little bit more natural. I pretty much just want to bring everything together, so I'm gonna go in with a powder and just set this. This is from Maybelline and it's the Better Skin powder. I am just going to lightly dust this over everything to pretty much make sure I got all of the powder off and to make sure I set areas that I did not set. So now you just want to add your favorite blush and just kind of just finish up the look. And I'm just going to add this to the highest points of my cheekbones, and pretty much you can just smile and see where that is at. And you want to highlight. I'm going to take this GERARD Cosmetics Lucy Star Powder, and it's one of my faves. So I'm just going to take this and a Sigma F35 and apply this to the highest points of my cheekbones. Down the bridge of my nose. Even though my nose is already looking snatched, this is just going to add a little extraness to it. And I'm obsessed with nose highlights, so I add a little bit more. But I don't want like to go overboard like some people. Some people nose highlight, you can see it from the moon, that is too much. And then to my Cupid's bow. Now adding it to the Cupid's bow is pretty much just going to give you the illusion of having bigger and fuller lips. Adding it to the brow bone. You can add it to the brow bone, or you can take it a little bit above the arch in the brow just to kind of round everything together. Alright guys, and that is pretty much how I contour. I hope you guys found it helpful. I'm not that good of a teacher, so I hope you guys found it helpful as to how I contour, and I hope it was beginner friendly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you won't miss another upload from me. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.